right, let's settle in. So as you get comfortable, just allow the body to become at ease. And if that looks like you sitting up, then just find a restful position to do that. And if that looks like you lying down, then again, just a restful position so that all the physical parts of you can begin to relax. And maybe you allow the eyes to close if that feels right. Or maybe you just find a spot to focus your gaze on. But either way, just use that as a way of letting the distractions begin to lessen and really arrive into this present moment. And so just allow yourself just to be. You'll notice the sounds around you. You'll notice the sensations in the air. But see if you can bring all of that awareness into you. How you feel, what your energy feels like, how tired you are, how restless your mind might be. Just all the things, take them in. Full, gentle awareness of it. And then let's settle in together with a little bit of breath. So just begin to take a slow, deep breath in. And then let's open up our mouths and just sigh it out. A slow breath in. And again, just sigh it out. And breathing in. And one more time together, just sigh it out. And just check in just one more time and just see. If you need to adjust, adjust. If you are comfortable where you are, then stay right there. And as we continue on this journey through the Yoga Sutras, we have come to the 34th one in this first practice of our practice. It's this incredible chapter on all the things that really are connected to calming the distractions, the disturbances, the fluctuations in our mind. So the author spends so much time, so many verses, so many aphorisms giving us ideas and guidance on how to calm the mind. And because he spends so much time there, it actually encourages me that there's nothing wrong with me that my mind wanders. There's nothing wrong with me that my mind feels like the chatter is so loud sometimes. Because if he could write about this almost 3,000 years ago, knowing that as humans, we all experience it. It must mean that the way that we experience the world, the way we experience life, is completely normal. But it also means that there are tools to begin to do it a little bit differently. And so this 34th one, it is one of my favorite because it's so concrete and so tangible. He says, if you want to calm your mind, use your exhale. Focus on the exhalation of your breath. And as you do that, he says, you'll start to really learn to control how you're breathing. And when you focus on that exhale, all of a sudden, the chatter in the mind softens. The distractions in the thoughts become less. The agitations in your spirit, the things that kind of prickle your patience and your tolerance and your attitude, all of it begins to shift. And so just think about how we began to breathe together when we first joined in just a few short moments ago. I had you breathing in deeply and then we just kind of sighed it out. And so just think about how often we just let the exhale go. We spend time thinking about the breath in. We try to fill ourselves up. We try to expand through our lungs. We want to grab every bit of nourishment from that breath that we can. And then all of a sudden, it's time to let it go, and we just let it go. But what if, as Patanjali, this incredible, very forward-thinking author, said so long ago, what if we focused on the exhale as this concrete, very specific tool to ease the fluctuations of our minds? And so what I would invite us to each do is just notice. I'm going to get quiet for just the next few breaths, and you just notice what's going on in your head. What thoughts are lingering from the day? What are you already thinking about for tomorrow? What are the burdens that really take up a lot of space in your mind? Just notice, what is the activity like in your head right now? Almost like you're going to step out of yourself and just kind of watch and see what the mind does. And chances are, in just those few breaths, somewhere in there, those 70,000+ thoughts that we each have a day, somewhere you experienced a few of those. And some of them were very much in alignment with this idea of, I want to sit, I want to pause, I want to meditate, I want to be still. And some of those were, I wonder how it's going to be at work tomorrow. Or I wonder how that person's going to act. Or I wonder, and on it goes. And so I'd like to invite us into this practice for just these next couple of minutes together to try using the exhale. We know that the inhale is where the nourishment is. Our body is clinging onto all of the things it needs as you breathe in. The blood is beginning to move, the heart is beginning to pump, and this beautiful body is doing just what it needs to do because of the breath in. But the beauty about the exhale is that the body knows what it needs to let go of. It knows what is not necessary. It knows the pieces that if we were to hang on too long would become toxic. And so it turns loose. So what if, as the body, the systems in the body is physically doing that, what if we controlled the length of the exhale? Instead of just sighing it out, instead of just sighing it and being almost exasperated in the way that we let the breath go, what if we practice controlling it? Could that be one more tool in this beautiful, almost just arsenal of things that we have, that we pull from every time the mind chatter begins to get loud? Because what we find along this path is that the same tool doesn't work every time. We need several. So that no matter what life brings our way, we have something for it. And so today, let's practice that with the exhale. And so just get comfortable. If you're seated, I would encourage you to sit up just a little bit taller so you really can begin to feel the length of your spine, feel the way that the energy moves up and down the body. If you're lying down, just really stretch out. So again, that you've got length going up and down the midline of your body. And so I'm going to count us and give us just a rhythm to breathe in and out. And we're going to try to make our exhale last a little longer than our inhale. And for some of us, it's going to feel quite odd at first. But just notice. Notice after a few times how it begins to shift, if it begins to shift. And notice how it makes you feel. And notice what's going on in your mind as you do it. Hopefully, we'll get so focused on the breath that the mind will get quiet. So let's just each take a breath in and out on our own, just breathing in and then letting it go. And then as you seal those lips, let's breathe in. 3, 2, 1. Breathe out through your nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's try it again. Breathe in. 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 3, 2, 1. And out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In. 3, 2, 1. Out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to try that again in just a second, but I want you to stop and just notice. Notice the rhythm and how it felt. Notice if it's uncomfortable. Notice if it feels amazing. Notice if you're not really sure. Just kind of scan yourself. See if you can feel the energy moving and see what you notice in your mind. And just kind of reflect and see, on that exhale, did you find that you were really controlling it out at this beautiful cadence, this rhythm? Or were you already out of breath before I finished counting? Each of these tools of pranayama, of breath control, they all have a different intention. And this one really is to give us one more tool to calm the fluctuations of our mind. And so just notice, we're going to try it again in a second, but just pause here and check in with yourself. What do you notice? And then I would invite us to practice again. And let's go back to these words of Patanjali, Yoga Sutra 134. And he says, if you want one more tool to calm the fluctuations of your mind, focus on the exhale. Focus on your control of letting the breath go. And so we'll try this again. And then this time, just notice on that exhale, can you really let it go at that count of just a little bit out, a little bit more, so that you have a little breath all the way to the end. And if my count is not quite working for you, you adjust. But the key is make your exhale longer than your inhale. And just notice. And so we'll practice again in just a second, but first I would invite each of us. Just think to yourself, what is the thing? What is the situation? What is the chatter that seems to be taking up an awful amount of time in your mind lately? What is the thing that distracts you, that keeps you up, that makes it hard to sleep, that makes it hard to be present when someone's speaking to you? What is the topic, the situation, the relationship that's just really keeping the mind really active? And let's see if we can use this breath to calm even that. And so again, if you're seated, sit up a little taller. If you're lying down, stretch out a little more resolutely. Take a breath on your own. And exhale, let it go. Let's do it in and out through the nose. So breathe in, 3, 2, 1, out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 3, 2, 1, out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 3, 2, 1, out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 3, 2, 1, out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. 3, 2, 1, out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just pause. Pause and notice. Again, like you're stepping out of yourself, and just see, can you feel a shift? As we go through our day in the coming days, I would invite you to notice how often your exhale is super short. How often it almost sounds like you're just exasperated. You're just letting the breath go. What if we could learn to savor, truly savor the exhale as much as we do the breath in? One more tool to calm the fluctuations of our mind. So as we prepare to get ready to close our time in just a moment, I'd invite us all just to sit quietly and just see if you can stay here and now. Maybe you return to your own cadence, breathing in and out at a little slower pace on the exhale, and just see. Can you keep the mind here and now? And if it starts to wander, can you use the breath to bring it right back? Let's just each pause and practice and be before we close out our time. And as we prepare just to shift, closing out meditation, getting ready to return to the activity of the day, return to the activity of closing out your day, wherever you are in your schedule and your activity. I hope, whether you know who Patanjali, this ancient sage writer from almost 3,000 years ago, whether you know who he was or not, I hope that you can feel gratitude. Thousands of years ago, someone knew that we were going to struggle. Someone knew that our minds were going to be the distraction to this peace that we're trying so hard to cultivate. Someone knew that we were going to need just another tool. And here we are. You don't have to carry a book with you. You don't have to join a course. All you have to do is breathe out. And do it with intention. He says, you want to control your mind, here's one more way. Control the exhalation. So just notice as you go through your day. Notice when you're not, and then notice when you come back to it. And see how it begins to shift. And just keep storing up all these tools of breath, all these tools of mindful practices, so that no matter what it is that life has for you tomorrow, you have a tool that will help you to meet that challenge. Staying in the here and the now, and easing the disturbances in your mind. Namaste.